It began as a faint glimmer, no brighter than background noise on a telescope feed. A single moving speck among millions of static stars. But within hours, that speck revealed itself to be something extraordinary, an interstellar object hurtling toward the inner solar system. Astronomers named it **3I, Atlas**, the third known visitor from beyond our cosmic neighborhood. At first, it seemed routine, another icy body passing through, like Oumuamua and Borisov before it. Yet, the longer scientists studied it, the less sense it made. Its orbit was unstable, shifting ever so slightly from every predictive model. Its tail didn't behave like dust or gas escaping from ice. And its light, that eerie, greenish glow, didn't remain constant. It pulsed. Not like a natural reflection, not like sunlight glancing off ice, but in irregular bursts, as though responding to something unseen. At first, this was chalked up to interference or camera error. But when the James Webb Space Telescope captured the same flickering pattern from an entirely different angle, disbelief turned into unease. The readings revealed something that no one expected. Instead of the typical chemical signatures of frozen carbon or water, Webb detected metallic traces faint but persistent, reflecting light in structured patterns, as if parts of 3I, Atlas were geometrically smooth. For a comet, that was impossible. For anything natural, it was unexplainable. NASA's analysis teams began running simulations to understand the motion, but every model broke down. The object seemed to be adjusting its orientation slightly as it traveled, compensating against solar wind, behavior that no lifeless body should exhibit. It wasn't accelerating wildly, but it wasn't coasting either. Something was guiding it. Soon, the comet's trajectory began to diverge again, this time subtly but significantly. The new path pointed toward Mars. Analysts at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory ran the data over and over. Gravitational influences couldn't account for the change. It wasn't being pulled. It was moving with purpose. When the data reached NASA's headquarters, communications grew unusually quiet. Updates to the public tracking feed slowed, then stopped altogether. But before the information blackout, a few astronomers had saved fragments of the early Webb data. Buried in the raw light curves was a strange periodic signal. A soft pulse every 26 hours, almost the same length as a Martian day. The coincidence was chilling. By the time the discovery leaked, online observatories had already begun reporting something else, faint, rhythmic fluctuations in the comet's brightness that matched the rotation of Mars. It was as if 3I, ATLAS had synchronized itself with the planet. Then came the images. Amateur astronomers captured high-resolution stills showing faint, angular reflections across its surface. Glints that didn't match the chaotic texture of ice and rock. Some researchers proposed that these were fragments of metallic compounds crystallized in deep space. Others, more hesitant, suggested the possibility of engineered structures, fragments of a craft, or a shell of unknown origin drifting between stars. For weeks, telescopes around the world tracked it relentlessly. But something else was happening. Each time light from the sun hit 3I, Atlas, its tail shimmered in repeating bursts, releasing jets of gas that didn't disperse randomly. They fired in sequence, almost like controlled vents. These were not random outgassing events. They followed patterns. Around this time, another comet, SWAN**, appeared on the opposite side of the solar system, equally erratic, equally unpredictable. The timing was uncanny. SWAN's light fluctuated in a way eerily similar to 3I, Atlas, almost as if the two objects were communicating. Astronomers began to wonder, were they fragments of something larger? Or messages from a distant system we've never seen? As 3I, ATLAS drew closer to Mars, its green hue deepened to a strange blue-white intensity. The James Webb Telescope was scheduled for another observation pass, but that observation never took place. The window was cancelled without explanation. Within hours, the official tracking updates went dark. For days, silence. Then, out of nowhere, the object brightened dramatically, 6 times brighter than before, briefly outshining every star in its sector. Observatories around the world scrambled to recalibrate, but within minutes, the light collapsed back to its faint original glow. When the readings stabilized, something had changed. The pulse pattern was gone. Replaced by a single, steady signal, constant, unwavering, pointed directly toward Mars. Speculation consumed the scientific community. Some claimed that the comet had broken apart and that one of its fragments was now on a collision course with the planet. Others argued it had simply released a cloud of reflective dust. But no one could verify either claim, because no official imagery was released. Even the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter's usual public feed paused for 3 consecutive days, something that had never happened before. When images finally resumed, Mars looked unchanged. The same desolate plains, the same silent canyons. But near the equator, a thin streak appeared in the upper atmosphere, a faint, glowing line cutting across the sky. It wasn't a cloud, nor a dust storm. Some said it was the residual wake of the comet as it passed. Others whispered that it wasn't passing at all, that something had entered the Martian atmosphere. The data blackout persisted for weeks. Unverified transmissions circulated online, supposed leaks showing temperature anomalies near the planet's surface, small energy readings that shouldn't exist. NASA neither confirmed nor denied them. And then, quietly, the official page tracking 3I, ATLAS listed its status as *, signal lost. No impact confirmation, no debris trail, just gone. In the months that followed, Mars returned to its familiar silence. But every so often, telescopes would catch a flicker near its orbit, a pulse of light far too precise to be random. Each time, the pattern repeated in 26-hour intervals, the same rhythm that once echoed from 3I, Atlas. Perhaps it was a coincidence. Perhaps just a trick of light. But perhaps, as some have begun to fear, 3I, ATLAS didn't vanish at all. Maybe it found something, or something found it. No one knows what truly happened beyond the red horizon of Mars. The data remains sealed, the recordings incomplete. But one thing is certain, 3I, Atlas came from a place beyond our reach, and whatever force guided it may not be done watching us yet.